What if I told you democracy comes with a shotgun and a side of orbital bombardment? Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving helmet first into Helldivers 2, a game that doesn't just ask you to serve your country, it throws you onto a bug-infested planet and hopes you remember where the reload button is. This isn't your average sci-fi shooter. This is organized chaos, tactical mayhem, and honestly, some of the most fun I've had screaming at my screen this year. So grab your coffee, strap in, and let's talk about why Helldivers 2 might just be the most chaotic, laugh out loud, accidentally brilliant shooter you'll ever play. This is the kind of game where you go in with a plan and leave with a hilarious war story. It's a battlefield built for blunders, and that's exactly what makes it so addictively fun. Even the mistakes feel like triumphs because they create moments you genuinely remember. And let's face it, those moments, the ones you laugh about later, are what multiplayer gaming is really all about. The most brilliantly stupid, beautifully explosive co-op shooter we've gotten in years. And no, I'm not exaggerating, this is the kind of game where you go in with a plan and leave with a hilarious war story. It's a battlefield built for blunders, and that's exactly what makes it so addictively fun. Even the mistakes feel like triumphs because they create moments you genuinely remember. And let's face it, those moments, the ones you laugh about later, are what multiplayer gaming is really all about. You're not a lone wolf here, you're a Helldiver, part of an elite team responsible for spreading managed democracy to the far reaches of the galaxy. Sound noble? Well, wait until you accidentally vaporize your squad mate with a well-meaning airstrike. Yeah, it's that kind of game. And trust me, your squad will remember. Or at least until the next mission where you're the one face down in a crater. It's a cycle of redemption and accidental betrayal that defines the gameplay loop and reinforces why this is truly a co-op experience like no other. Every drop feels like a fresh opportunity to either make history or become a hilarious cautionary tale. The satire in Helldivers 2 is loud, proud, and intentionally over the top. You're fighting giant alien bugs called the Terminids and a robotic death cult known as the Automatons. It's like Starship Troopers, RoboCop, and a military recruitment ad had a baby and then dropped it into a meat grinder. Every mission is soaked in satirical flair. Propaganda posters line the walls. Your radio buzzes with hilariously over-the-top military chatter. The absurdity hits you before you've even fired a shot, and there's enough overkill packed into each objective to make even Michael Bay blush. There's nothing subtle about this game, and that's the point. The whole thing plays like a love letter to the absurdity of war as seen through the lens of science fiction. It walks a fine line between hilarious and horrifying, and it absolutely owns that space. Let's talk gameplay. This isn't your standard third-person shooter. Everything you do has weight, from the recoil of your rifle to the delay before a stratagem drops. And speaking of stratagems, these are where the madness happens. One moment you're calling in a resupply pod, the next you're accidentally flattening your entire squad with a mech suit that landed just a bit too close. It never gets old. Each mission becomes a puzzle of positioning, timing, and not standing where the turret's about to fall. Throw in randomized objectives and enemy spawns, and no to drop zones feel the same. And that unpredictability, that's where the real adrenaline lives. You've got options: heavy machine guns, flamethrowers, mortar, and anti-tank weapons form the backbone of your arsenal. Each weapon has its own feel and utility. Some excel at crowd control, while others are all about precision and stopping power. Once you've picked your tools, it's time to talk stratagems. This system lets you call in everything from resupply pods to devastating orbital strikes, turning the tide of battle in a heartbeat. Some of these stratagems are absolute lifesavers, providing critical support in the middle of chaos. Others, well, they're glorious disasters waiting to happen. It's a system that rewards boldness and punishes poor timing. And the best part, everyone gets a turn at accidentally nuking the squad. You learn through fire, literally. It's not just about what you bring into battle, it's about how you deploy it. Calling in support while under pressure becomes a dance of timing, intuition, and raw nerve. Get it right and you're a hero. Get it wrong and you've got a spectacular story to tell. The depth in Loadouts is impressive too. Want to be a crowd control beast with incendiary grenades? Go for it. Prefer long-range precision with his scope DMR? That's viable too. Every playstyle feels valid, and switching up your gear can completely change how you approach a mission. It keeps the experience fresh, even dozens of hours in. And the armor you wear isn't just for show. Each suit changes your movement speed, defensive abilities, and more. It's a full-on role system without feeling like you're locked into a class. You're always just a few clicks away from becoming the squad's hero or its biggest liability. And don't get me started on the enemy design. The Terminids are swarming, chittering nightmares straight out of your worst bug dreams. Their movement is fast and aggressive, and they force you to constantly watch your flanks. The automatons, on the other hand, are like the tactical yin to the Terminids' frantic yang. They use cover, suppress you with turrets, and even flank. It's terrifying when you realize you're outsmarted by a toaster, especially when that toaster has a rocket launcher. And they scale beautifully with mission difficulty, so whether you're a rookie or a veteran, you're never safe. Add in the way these factions evolve as the galactic war progresses, and you've got a dynamic enemy ecosystem that keeps you on your toes. But let's be real, the best and worst part of Helldivers 2 is your team. This game thrives on co-op synergy, or lack thereof. Friendly fire is always on. That means if Todd from accounting decides to panic and throw a grenade, you're all going down with him, and honestly, that's part of the magic. Every session becomes a comedy of errors, a shared trauma bonding moment, and an epic story you'll be telling your friends for weeks. One of my favorites, a mission where we all died because someone misclicked the evac beacon right into an active minefield. Beautiful. It's the kind of shared suffering that forges lifelong gaming friendships or bitter rivalries. Every drop is a social experiment, and the results are often explosive, hilarious, or both. Graphically, it's stunning. The alien worlds you drop into feel alive, stormy skies thunder over jagged mountains, while dusty plains ripple under heavy wind. Some missions plunge you into icy tundras where visibility drops with every gust of snow, while others strand you in molten wastelands where the heat distorts your screen and volcanic eruptions can change the landscape mid-fight. Environmental hazards like toxic pools, craters, and blinding dust storms add a tactical layer that makes each mission feel different and unpredictable. On PS5 and PC, the frame rate holds strong even in the middle of total carnage, which is great because lagging out during an orbital strike? Not fun, been there, cried a little. The visuals aren't just eye candy, they actively affect how you play and survive. And night missions, don't even get me started. They are cinematic and terrifying in the best way possible. Lighting, shadows, and fog create some of the most atmospheric and suspenseful moments you'll experience in a co-op shooter, where every corner hides either salvation or something that will eat your face. Audio-wise, it's immersive, gunfire roars, enemies screech, and your commander's propaganda-fueled voiceovers are just the right amount of absurd. The sound design pulls you in and makes every mission feel like a cinematic event, even if half of it is you screaming, "Who called the nuke?" The little sound effects like the click of a stratagem keypad or the beep of a dropping helipod add to the immersion in ways you don't even realize until they're gone. And those enemy screeches, yeah, they'll haunt your dreams. Sound becomes a tactical tool to learn the difference between a distant bug horde and a sneaky mech patrol, or pay the price. It's chaos you can hear, and that chaos helps you survive. Customization in Helldivers 2 isn't just cosmetic. Armor choices affect your mobility, defense, and loadout weight. You want to be the agile recon scout or the walking tank, it's your call. And visual customization is on point, too, from sleek tactical gear to full-on space knight aesthetics, One standout example? The Vanguard MK3 set, a fan favorite that pairs intimidating shoulder plating with a reflective chrome visor and reinforced knee armor that screams "I've seen things." There's even a cape if you're feeling extra heroic. The progression system is steady and rewarding, offering new weapons, new stratagems, and new gear through challenges and earned unlocks. It never feels grindy, and everything you earn feels earned. There's satisfaction in building your ideal space warrior and watching them evolve from rookie to living legend. And the best part, you look awesome while doing it. And when your whole squad drops in matching gear, that's not just fashion, it's intimidation. So is Helldivers to perfect? No, the chaos might not be for everyone. If you're a solo player who hates unpredictability or you want complete control over every encounter, you'll probably hate it. But if you thrive on teamwork, communication, and a little bit of absolute nonsense, this is your game. It's the kind of game where messing up is half the fun, and success feels like you earned it through grit, laughter, and maybe a little bit of betrayal. It asks you to embrace failure, laugh at it, and then immediately jump back in for another round. And that cycle, it's surprisingly addictive. You don't just play Helldivers till you live it. It's a mantra that sums up the entire experience, and it belongs closer to the top of the paragraph where the addiction to the chaos is first described. To me, Helldivers 2 isn't just a shooter, it's a social experiment. A hilarious, explosive test of patience, coordination, and how many times you can die laughing. I've played plenty of co-op games, but few have made failure feel this entertaining. And somehow, despite the absurdity, there's a rhythm to the madness. Once you find it, you're hooked. Every mission becomes a story, and every story becomes a reason to come back. It's not just about surviving, it's about how spectacularly you don't. It's about howling with laughter at a squad wipe and then immediately queuing up for the next drop because the democracy train doesn't stop. Anyway, that's my take, but I want to hear from you what's the most ridiculous thing that's happened in your Helldivers run? Did your squad survive against all odds, or did you accidentally call in a turret on your own head? Share your story in the comments below. Let's see who has the wildest tale from the front lines. I'd love to hear your wildest Helldivers moment. Drop it in the comments. Bonus points if it involves blowing up your friends. And if you haven't yet, well, maybe it's time to suit up. Super Earth needs you, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next legend told through the screams of fire and friendly fire. Ever made it through a mission with 0 casualties? Tell me in the comments. I might not believe you, but I definitely want to hear how you pulled it off. If you have, you might just be a myth. Oh, and if you enjoyed this breakdown or just want to see more chaos like this in your feed, you know where the subscribe button is. No pressure, but liberty does need spreading. And hey, you don't want to miss the next drop. Trust me, it only gets wilder from here. Stick around, you're part of the squad now. See you in the drop zone, soldiers, and remember, for democracy, for the glory, for the memes.